Hello people of YouTube. Today we're covering the installation of the 52-inch Caldwell ceiling fan by Home Decorators Collection. If you found this video, you might be stuck in the installation and you're looking for some help, you've come to the right place. We're going to cover the complete installation from start to finish and everything in between. So if you want to stick with us and watch the whole video, you can do that, or you can use the links down below and that'll take you to each individual step of the process, and that way you can get back to doing what you like, not installing ceiling fans. We love installing ceiling fans, so we're here for you. So the fan is a dual mount fan. You can hang it from a standard flat ceiling with the included downrod, or you can hang it from a higher angled ceiling with an extension downrod that you purchase separately. The fan has a slide-on mounting bracket which makes installation easier, and the remote receiver has an easy plug wire harness to make wiring that much quicker. The fan does feature an LED module light kit, and the light kit is dimmable via the remote control. Before we get started, just a couple of notes. You want to make sure your outlet box is clearly marked acceptable for fan support. If you're putting this fan up where there is just a light in the ceiling, chances are you're going to need to change the outlet box. Whatever the case is, just make sure that it's marked acceptable for fan support. Another note, this is an easy project and we're going to take you step by step, but if you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please hire a licensed electrician. Before we get started, please make sure your power is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch. Okay, that being said, we've already unpacked the fan and we've opened up the manual to the parts page. We're just going to go through the parts real quick to make sure that we have everything, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up you have the mounting bracket. The mounting bracket comes inside the canopy with a decorative ring. We'll show you in the first step how to remove that and get started. You have the ball and downrod assembly. You have the decorative motor collar cover. You have 5 reversible blades. You have the shatter resistant light shade, the light kit pan, the LED light kit. This light comes with the finial pre-attached, so you just need to remove that before putting the shade on. But again, we'll cover everything in detail along the way. This is the fan motor. You have some wire extension. If you're installing this with an extension downrod, you just plug this into the fan and route this wire through the downrod. You have the remote and receiver. They include the batteries for your convenience. Then there's this hardware pack with the blade attachment screws and the plastic wire nuts. Now some tools we're going to need. It's a Phillips head screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. Depending on your installation, you may need a pair of wire cutters and strippers. We won't. We like to use a line voltage tester to make sure the wires aren't live before beginning. You'll definitely need some electrical tape and of course a ladder. So we have everything here, we're ready to do this. Come along for the ride. Oh hey, by the way, if you like this video at the end, please click like and subscribe, and that'll help other people find the video as well. So now let's get going. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the canopy with the decorative ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first pull off the decorative ring. It's magnetic, so it just pulls off. You'll notice an alignment post at the base of the canopy. You'll need to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the base of the canopy, enough so that that alignment post can exit that hole. Once those 2 screws are loosened, you'll simply lift and twist the mounting bracket to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The bracket has 2 keyhole slots that will align with the 2 screws in the outlet box. Simply align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and then slide to hold in place before tightening. This is just a demonstration. To install the mounting bracket, begin by using a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the outlet box. Then lift the mounting bracket towards the ceiling, aligning the slots with the screws, and slide the bracket in place. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both screws. Before routing the wires and attaching the downrod, you'll first need to loosen but not remove the set screw on top of the motor collar. Remove the warning label and use a flathead screwdriver to loosen but not remove this screw. This fan also features a safety tab on the motor collar that will lock the downrod in place should it ever loosen over time. If you ever need to remove the downrod, push the tab down to unscrew the downrod. Before routing the wires through the ball and downrod assembly, gently pull the green wire from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Next, place the downrod through the canopy so that the largest opening of the canopy is on the ball side. Next, place the decorative ring on the downrod, making sure that the black side with the slots is touching the canopy. The last piece is a decorative motor collar cover. Place that on the downrod so that the largest opening is facing towards the threaded end of the downrod. Then gently run the wires from the fan through the bottom of the downrod so that the plug exits the ball portion. Gently pull the wires through until the downrod meets the motor collar. Attach the downrod to the fan by screwing it into the motor collar. Once the downrod is screwed in, use the flathead screwdriver to completely tighten the set screw on the top of the motor collar. Once the set screw is tightened, slide the decorative motor collar cover down the downrod until it meets the top of the fan. Now the fan is ready to be hung. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the tab in the mounting bracket that will align with the slot of the ball and downrod assembly. When hanging the fan, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab of the mounting bracket. This is just a close-up demonstration. To hang the fan, lift the assembly up to the ceiling, noting the location of the tab and the slot. Slide the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the assembly until you feel that slot engage the tab of the mounting bracket. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated. Before installing the receiver, insert the batteries into the remote. To remove the battery compartment cover, simply slide it off and insert the batteries according to the diagram inside the battery compartment. If you have more than one remote control fan in the house, it's a good idea to change the dip switches to avoid possible interference between fans and remotes. The dip switches are located in the handheld remote control and then underneath a rubber plug on the receiver. To change the dip switches, pull the rubber plug up to expose the dip switches and then use a small tool like a small screwdriver to change the dip switch settings. The settings can be any combination of up or down as long as they both match in the receiver and the remote control. There's also a light control switch in the battery compartment of the remote. The switch is labeled O and D and controls the on or dimming function of the light. To disable the dimming function, set the switch to O. To enable the dimming function, make sure the switch is set to D. Once all the settings have been made, just double check the dip switches in the remote match the dip switches in the receiver before installing the receiver. Once confirmed, you can replace the rubber plug on the receiver and then slide the battery compartment cover back onto the remote. When installing the receiver, make sure the flat side of the receiver is facing towards the ceiling. Then insert the antenna end of the receiver into the mounting bracket so that it rests on top of the ball and downrod assembly. Begin wiring the fan by taking the plug from the fan wires and inserting that into the plug from the receiver wires. Next, take the green wire from the fan and the green wire from the mounting bracket and twist those two wires together. Once those wires are twisted together, connect those wires with the bare copper house line. This is the ground connection. Once those wires are connected, secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the receiver labeled AC-in-N and connect that with the white house supply line. This is the neutral connection. Twist those two wires together and secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Finish the wiring by taking the red wire from the receiver labeled AC-in-L and connect that with the black house supply line. This is the power connection. Secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once all the wiring connections have been made, gently tuck the wires around the mounting bracket to make room for the canopy to attach. The canopy attaches to the mounting bracket using 2 keyhole slots on either side of the canopy that will align with the 2 screws at the base of the mounting bracket. Align those holes with the screws in the mounting bracket and push the canopy up so the screws come through the keyhole slots, and then twist to hold the canopy in place. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten those screws and secure the canopy. You can tilt the fan to make extra room for the screwdriver to access the screws. Make sure both screws are completely tight. The decorative ring is magnetic. You just need to align the slots of the decorative ring with the 2 screws at the base of the canopy, and then slide the decorative ring up, and it will attach itself to the bottom of the canopy. The blades for the fan are reversible, so just choose the finish that you like and make sure that finish is facing towards the floor. The blades attach to the fan using the 3 screw holes in the end of the blade that will align with the 3 screw holes in the motor. Insert the end of the blade through the slot on the side of the motor so that the holes align, and use the blade attachment screws from the hardware pack to secure the blade to the fan. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, insert the first screw into the end of the blade, but do not tighten all the way. You'll need a little bit of play to align the 2 remaining screw holes. Start the 2 remaining screws into the 2 holes in the fan blade. Once the 3rd screw is inserted, you can completely tighten the 3rd screw and then go back and completely tighten the 2 remaining screws. You'll repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. Make sure all of the blade attachment screws are completely tightened before proceeding. The light kit pan attaches to the fan using 2 keyhole slots and a standard screw hole. Those will align with the 3 screws on the black bracket at the base of the fan. Begin by removing and saving one of those 3 screws, and then loosen but do not remove the 2 remaining screws. Next, remove the rubber band holding the wires at the base of the motor, and gently stretch the wire out. When attaching the light kit pan, make sure that the side labeled "this side up" is facing towards the ceiling fan. Feed the wires from the fan through the center hole, and align the keyhole slots of the light kit pan with those screws in the black bracket, and then push up and twist to hold the light kit pan in place. Then use the screw that was removed and saved, and a Phillips head screwdriver, and insert the screw into the standard screw hole of the light kit pan. Completely tighten that screw, and then tighten the 2 remaining screws in the keyhole slots. The LED light kit attaches to the fan using 2 keyhole slots and a standard screw hole. Those will align with the 3 screws on the outer edge of the light kit pan. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and save one of the 3 screws, and then loosen but do not remove the 2 remaining screws. Connect the light kit by inserting the wire plug from the light kit into the wire plug from the fan. Gently tuck the wires into the light kit and align the keyhole slots with the screws that were loosened in the light kit pan, and then press up and twist to hold the light kit in place. Using the Phillips head screwdriver, insert the screw that was removed and saved into the standard screw hole of the light kit and completely tighten that screw. Then completely tighten the 2 remaining screws. Make sure all 3 screws are completely tightened. To attach the light shade to the fan, you'll first need to remove and save the finial on the threaded post of the light kit. Simply unscrew the finial from the threaded post. Then, place the light shade over the light kit until it sits flush with the light kit pan. Then insert the finial through the center hole of the light shade and then screw it onto the threaded post. Completely tighten this, but do not over-tighten the finial. This fan features a full-function remote control. To turn the fan and light off at the same time, press the power button. The fan speed button will cycle through the fan's 3 speeds. Press once for high speed, twice for medium speed, 3 times for low speed, and another time to turn it off. Press the remote light button to turn the light on. Press it again to turn it off. Press and hold to cycle through the dimming. Release the button once the desired brightness is achieved. The Comfort Breeze setting randomly alternates the fan's 3 speeds to create an organic wind effect. Press the button to start the Comfort Breeze mode. Press the button again to disable the feature. The fan timer button will automatically turn the fan off at a desired setting. Press once to turn the fan off in 2 hours, twice for 4 hours, and 3 times for 8 hours. Press one more time to disable the timer. This fan features a 3-speed reversible motor. The reverse switch is located on top of the motor housing. Switch left creates a downward airflow to create a cooling effect during the hotter months. Switch right creates an upward airflow to pull warm air from the ceiling and push it down into the room during the cooler months. Make sure the fan is off and not running before changing the switch position. Congratulations! Your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax with a nice tall beverage, and enjoy your new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find it as well. And as we always say around here, keep it breezy.